Coming up on Colonial Sports Center, all 4 teams in season played this weekend. Could they all win each game?
Well, a familiar face from the women's basketball team sits down with our very own Leah Fleischl here in studio. Coming up next on Colonial Sports
Stole
Center.
my line. Coming up next. And welcome back to Colonial Sports Center, where the Spider 2-Eye Banana works every time. I'm John Fisher alongside Kristen Kudla. Breaking news. You want to steal my line some more? Breaking news from the Soul Center. Just moments ago, the men's basketball team victorious once again.
Yes, they faced the Mount St. Mary's, where they had a 87-65 victory. An impressive feat by the Colonials.
What else is impressive? Rodney Pryor, 28 points, 7 of 10 from beyond the arc. Reminds me of Carvel Anderson.
I know. Another familiar face here on Colonial Sports Center.
Exactly. So let's move from the hardwood to the ice. Is it possible to top a record-breaking performance at home? Kristen, Cody Wido passed Nate Longpre for goals all time in Robert Moore's history. He accomplished it all. So
he's going to do so much more.
Well, there's more hockey to be done, folks, as RMU men's hockey traveled to Holy Cross right before Winter Storm Juno hit and won the first matchup 4-3. That Wido guy again scored 2 goals, along with Brady Ferguson's 2 tallies. Winning reaps rewards, and later I will tell you exactly how RMU is being recognized.
After their exciting victory the night before, the Colonials were looking to continue their success in Game 2. The Crusaders scored first while on the power play, but the Colonials fought back, not allowing a single penalty for the remainder of the game. Zach Lynch had 1 goal and 1 assist, while fellow goal scorer Scott Jacklin helped boost the Colonials for the sweep.
Remember that tease about recognition 2 stories ago? Well, apparently 4 straight wins and only 2 losses since the new year will bring good tidings. It feels like the holidays all over again. RMU is back in the top 20, everybody. The first place Colonials reclaimed a spot in the USCHO poll. This is the 8th time this season RMU was ranked. This first time, however, since January 4th, when they were ranked in a program best 4th straight poll. For more on men's hockey, let's hear from the well-dressed Matt Gajka and head coach Derek School.
You have a very interesting matchup coming up against Air Force, so one of the few rematches you get here in Atlantic hockey. They came in here and took a win and a tie back in November, and you always talk about service academies working hard. But what other challenges are they going to present? They're one of the hottest teams in the nation with 6 wins in a row.
Well, they've got a top line that's very good in Demers, Gunner, and Holm. They do a very good job. Their goaltending has been very good with Truel and as of late Gerard. So they've been doing things the right way, and they play hard. They compete. You have to be ready to win battles, and if you're not ready to compete, you're going to get run out of there. So our compete level's got to be high. We got to be ready to get pucks in the net, take pucks in the net, and win a lot of battles. And they're a hot team right now. They're playing very well, and we really need to stick to our game. And they're 6 unbeaten, we're 4 unbeaten. So hopefully we can continue our streak.
For the 2nd year in a row, Cody Wido has the chance to win the Hobie Baker Award. Currently, Cody has 299 votes. You can show your support every day and vote at www.hobiebaker.com/the-hobie-baker-memorial-award/vote.
Good job on that. Get a fist bump for that one. I haven't rhymed in a while, and I'm sure you missed it. 2 straight losses to Quinnipiac hurt the Colonials' chances at another CHA championship. Lindsay Wood came to town hoping for a win. Good thing Rebecca Vinton knows how to tame a lion. As we go down to the, you can see, not bad, huh?
See, that was pretty good, John.
As we go down to the 84 Lumber Arena, and it was help with breast cancer awareness. It was a wonderful weekend. Skate for the Cure. Beautiful scene. There's Rebecca Mint, the captain, and Te'ati for the Lions. So right off the bat, Darby Dodds on Jessica Dodds. I swear there's no relation. I checked myself with the save. Now Shara Jasper takes the shot, and Rebecca Vint, she's going to block it. Didn't even feel a thing. It's like Mayweather taking a punch. It's like nothing's there.
Oh.
It's like a nice little feather. Nicole Hensley channeled her inner Ozzie Smith, and this glove save reaches up for it. Moving on, another power play chance for Robert Morris. 150 left in the second. Not even Vint can break the Hensley wall. After chance goes by. Nearing period's end, Jordan Constance shoots wide as Dodds shows off her glove and covers it up. 0-0 going into the 3rd period. Does this mean overtime's coming?
I don't know, John. We have to wait and see.
You could be an actress, I swear. Darby Dodds picks the Scott pass, nearly capitalizes on Dodds. Save for Robert Morris. Now 5 minutes into the 3rd, Ashley Pesci power move. She's going to look for Katie Fergus, but Hensley says no, and well, we psyched you. We're still going. Another shot from the point. Caitlin Scott gets it. We'll have a little bit more on her later. Michaela Lowwater down to Vesey Hensley finally freezes it. 2 minutes later, Teo'ati shot. Chaos in front. Holly Deitzler sneaks it past Dodds. 1-0 Lindenwood. The pressure is mounting, but you know what? We're going to fast forward 6 minutes here. After some slapping hands is done. Johnson with another shot, but Hensley, she cannot connect on the save. Hensley loses sight of the puck. It's Mackenzie Johnston with the second chance. Tie ball game, tie hockey game if you're watching the actual highlight. 1-1.
You had to wait there for a second. It's the anticipation.
I had to make sure I wasn't wrong. Constance with 2:30 left in regulation to avoid overtime and too much to the right. Is it your first day? I think it was. Moving on to overtime. Quick off the draw. Dodds flashes the glove. 4 left. And then Johnston, tie ball game. 23 seconds left. Hits Amanda Pantaleo. Goes high glove side for the victory. In the same game, RMB women's hockey had a first career goal, and the senior class is now the winningest class in program history. Talk about pressure for the next game. Mackenzie Johnston continued her dominance with a goal and an assist. Now, here's Kristen Kudla, who's next to me, with how they scored a touchdown in Saturday's matchup.
In Game 2 on the weekend, the Colonials will look to continue their success, as John said, against the Lions. Could the Colonials get their first sweep of the season? Back down to 84 Lumber we go to find out.
You know who couldn't score a touchdown when it mattered?
Who?
The Steelers. But that's beside the point.
Yeah, but we're talking about college hockey here.
Which is
and
even more
professional
impressive.
football. Exactly. But here we have Jordan Constance is going to get a block shot by Michaela Lowwater. Mackenzie Johnson gets it back up, and she's going to take it in by herself, takes it to the backhand, and shoots it right into Hensley. But wait, it's not over, and Pantaleo is going to get the goal in there, or part of me is going to get the shot. But first, some fisticuffs up front. Rebecca Vint with the hits the breadbasket of Hensley right there, but then Vint swings around. Carrie Atkinson, she's going to take it to herself, takes the shot, and the rebound goes and tipped away. Colonials can't get the goal there, but Calais is going to pass it over to Vint. Shot, rebound, loose up front. Hensley to drop on top. Lindsay Kickmar is going to get the steal there and goes 5-hole on Jessica Dodds. You see the replay goes left, right, and right in between the legs, putting them up by 1. But then Caitlin Scoff here is going to get the goal there. But then who cares? Because we're going to go into the second period
I skated
here.
over the weekend?
Huh? Did you?
And I didn't fall.
Oh,
that's all.
You know what? That's pretty impressive. But what's more impressive is what's going to happen here in the second period. And here we go. Lowwater is going to get the shot there. Gets over the Johnson to Hensley and gets right past Hensley, putting RMU up to 3-1. Now we have Edie is going to pass it to Calais. To Ferguson, the Vint shoots and scores, getting the Colonials up by 3 now.
Making Edie a +5 in the game.
There you go, John. See, I don't even have to say it. I don't have to say it in the highlight. But right there is going to be another goal by Vint, putting RMU up 5-1. Gonzalez is going to shoot it over to Hensley.
Touchdown.
Loose puck in the front. Johnson sticking the puck in and touchdown. But then going into the third, we have Lowwater is going to pass it to Johnson, who hits it in the mare, and tic-tac-toe, and it goes in. There you
Extra
have
point.
it. Yeah, there. See, there you go. Just typical football, but here in hockey. The RMU crushed the Lions with an impressive 7-1 victory. 6 of the Colonial goals came in the second, tying their record for most goals in a period. Michaela Lowwater had 5 assists, while Ricky Mayer, Rebecca Vint, and Mackenzie Johnston all had 2 goals.
For most, it only matters what you do on the ice. For the Army women's hockey team, however, off the ice means just as much. Caitlin Scott is a nominee for the 2015 BNY Mellon Wealth Management Hockey Humanitarian Award. She joins Whitney Pappas, Brianna Delaney, her sister Cobina Delaney, and Brandy Pollock to be nominated for the award. And we have a lot more off the ice coming up next, as well as
a specific interview with special guest Ashley Ravelli. Yes, we do. And then we also have a roundtable with our very own Chris Mueller.
That's why this chair is here, if you didn't realize. Coming up next. The Red Sea. They need to be able to feed themselves. Penn State couldn't beat the Colonials in a game. It truly was a shame. And then Sacred Heart pioneered.
The RMU Century Media app is your mobile resource for all news Robert Morris. With access to campus news, RMU sports, and lifestyles, as well as RMU radio and RMU TV, the RMU Century Media app allows you access to all the information you need, no matter where you are. You'll have access to thousands of articles already online and the new ones that are added daily. Download the RMU Century Media app for free today.
Hello, I'm back. How are you?
I missed you.
I missed you too. Choo choo! They're a train that keeps on rolling. Who would win in a fight, Ditka or a hurricane? I swear, each year could become a feel-good movie for the whole family. They just aren't losing. It's a shame, isn't it? Do you know how to tame a tiger? Either grow up with them or keep one as a pet like Mike Tyson.
Thank you, John. It's a pleasure being by your side.
Okay. I'm going to say it. Andy Toole is a miracle worker. He's turning the Colonials into a contender for the NEC Championship once again. They began last week with a brutal road trip to Mount St. Mary's. Marquise Reed, that guy again, hit a 3 with 11 seconds to go. That sent the game to overtime, which the Colonials eventually prevailed in a 4-0 overtime period. They weren't limited to the late game heroics against only the Mount. Kristen has more, and I'm not like throwing to her like, you're right there.
For the second time this season, RMU faced off against St. Francis Brooklyn. The Colonials met the Terriers shot for shot in the contest, but a three-pointer by Lucky Jones in the final seconds pushed the Colonials to a victory. Jones led the team in scoring with 15 points, while his team shot an impressive 67% from beyond the arc.
Guess who's here, folks? We teased it twice already. We're going to show you the real thing. It's Leah Fleischl and Ashley Ravelli. Leah.
Take a look at the women's basketball team on the court coming up next. Can you tell us maybe a little something that you guys do before the game off the court?
I will tell you, we like to dance. So right before we get on the court, we actually have a couple of moves. So yeah, that's what we do.
Sounds like fun. All right, all that and more coming up next in the interview.
Thanks, Leah. Speaking of our esteemed guest who will forget more about fashion than I'll ever even learn, led her group to St. Francis Brooklyn for an NEC clash. Ashley Ravelli, that esteemed guest, tallied 14 points along with 2 helpers and 2 rebounds. It's odd that the women played the opposite team that the men did in opposite days, and they played both squads. And did they win both games? Did that come out okay?
Oh, pretty good.
Thank
but you know what? Before return back home, the women's basketball team traveled down to Maryland to face NEC foe Mount St. Mary's. The Colonials defeated the Mount 68-44. Megan Smith led RMU in scoring with 15 points. RMU was able to make just under 50% of their shots from within the arc and made every single free throw in the contest.
And what a wonderful weekend for all RMU sports. And we bring in an expert, Chris Mueller. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you.
How
Thank
are
you,
you?
Fish. I appreciate the expert.
I mean, I have to give you some street cred.
All right.
Right?
Thank
Anyway,
you.
so what we have here is a women's team that is near the top of the conference.
Right.
And this season, without Artemis Spooner, their first in 4 years, I think they're doing pretty okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can say that. They started out to a tough conference stretch. They were 1-2, but they've won 5 straight. The coaching staff's done a great job of just readjusting the offense without Artemis. Anna Nikki Stamalamprou is coming into her own as a shooting guard. Our own player guest over there is now transitioned into the point guard role, something she's never played before. So it's starting to get rolling, and getting these early conference wins now is going to pay dividends off come end of the season.
Well, you touched on something really important. The starting off not so hot, but it was a extremely tough non-conference schedule. Kristen, you've been covering the team for quite a while. Does that non-conference schedule, do you think, help the team prepare for the NEC?
Oh, absolutely. In the NEC, sometimes it's not very known for the toughest of divisions, and so by stacking their non-conference play with very, very tough opponents, they are preparing themselves to face against those tougher opponents that they will face off, like this weekend against Bryant. So whenever you have a stacked preseason schedule like that, it really prepares the season because you can really iron out all the logistics and the things that really work and really mesh the team very well together.
Now, you talked about Anna Nikki and Ashley, but how about Megan Smith? They're really coming into her own, one of the best players on the floor at all times.
Right, yeah, she, as a freshman, as a all rookie, she's really receiving a lot of minutes. more than a typical freshman would, and the coaching staff definitely has some high words for her. I know I talked to Coach Charlie Biscaglia, associate head coach, and he spoke the world of her. She still has some areas to improve, as all freshmen do, but definitely has a very high ceiling.
You touched on Charlie Biscaglia,
yes.
assistant head coach. Let's talk about the head coach, Sal Biscaglia, the man that always untucks his shirt during every game.
Man,
I think
the
he's
myth, the legend.
Exactly. I think he's one of the best coaches personally that I've ever witnessed in women's basketball. Do you agree? And what do you like about him?
I wouldn't necessarily say that he is the best head coach in women's basketball.
One of.
One of in NEC play. I would say
Okay.
he's probably one of the best in NEC play because I've seen people in Division I and higher standards that play better. But what this Colonial team has done and what Sal has done with it, he has been able to pick up a team, find players that even though they rotate them out like Artemis Spanu, he's still able to pick up players and create a team that has a dynamic inspect and really does well on the court.
All right, we're running out of time. Real quick, what are your expectations for this weekend?
This weekend, I mean, Brian always gives the team a tough game, but they are playing over in the Sewell Center, so I'd say a win. They're rolling right now, 5 straight. They go Saturday and then to Monday with Fairleigh Dickinson. Hey, I'll take them 2-0 this weekend.
Same question.
I couldn't agree more with Chris. I know Brian's definitely going to give RMU a run for their money, but I think RMU can really go up into the feet for it.
All right. Well, I'm going to see you in just about like 32 seconds. Chris, I'll see you later, bud.
I'll miss you,
Thank you
man.
so much. Expert, my friend, Chris
Thanks.
Mueller. Again, women this weekend against Bryant. So, as we move back from that cliche, the hardwood to the ice, as we set aside the statistics and accolades for just a moment, the women's hockey team is focusing on the less fortunate this weekend. Toys for Joy is a fundraiser to help the Pittsburgh Children's Hospital. Caitlin Scott and Aaron Stanuski co-founded the project. Last year's efforts helped the team go on a shopping spree during a bye week for the patients. So remember, bring toys this weekend to the 84 Lumber Arena.
Yesterday, the hashtag #BellLet'sTalk was trending on Twitter. The hashtag campaign was started by Bell Mental Health to help bring awareness to mental illness. And for every use of the hashtag, 5 cents was donated to support multiple mental health organizations. Both the men's and women's hockey team joined the cause. In one day alone, Bell helped to donate $6,107,538.60.
So we talked about hashtag Bell Let's Talk. What about hashtag Ashley Ravelli CSC? That sound okay?
I know. We better get that trending on Twitter.
Or hashtag Leah Fleischel new haircut. Either way, coming up next, Leah Fleischel sits down with Kristen Kudla. No, she doesn't.
no.
Ashley Ravelli, that's going to go on the blooper reel.
John, I'm sitting down here with you.
Well, I'm stealing your lines. You stole mine earlier. Coming up next, Ashley Ravelli sits down, talks women's hoops for you. Right back.
G-Morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. Text me. Are your parents home later? We can hang. LUV, love you. JK. Holla back. Holla back. Holla back. Are you with your friends? That's lame. We're in a huge fight right now. XO. What'd you dream about? Something I did? Are you on your way to the mall? I'm lonely. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
I'm starving. What's for breakfast?
Guten Tag!
Johannes, Franz!
I bring you arts-enriched Raisinblums, fortified with increased test scores and creative problem-solving skills.
It's good!
And good for you. Bobby? Susie? Don't worry, that's just the power of the art!
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
You ever think about buying a bigger place?
Just waiting for a visit from the credit fairy.
There is no credit fairy.
How else will I get a better credit score?
Look, you keep your credit card balances low and only open a new card if you really need it.
No fairy?
There's no magic to improving your credit, but there's help, and it's free. Go to creditfairy.org.
Yes, ready, ready.
Oh, come on, Randy. Animal shelter, here I come. And no, I'm not crazy or emotionally damaged. That's a stereotype. I just belong to a total loser. I'm a good dog. So if you want a pet, adopt. And if you see Randy, tell him he dropped his wallet.
Welcome back to Colonial Sports Center. I'm Leah Fleischer, and joining me today to give us a glimpse into the women's basketball team is the best Italy has to offer, Ashley Ravelli. Ashley, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, so since the start of the semester, you guys have won 5 straight, as I kind of touched on earlier, but you're kind of off to a rocky start. What really clicked with the team, to kind of spur this winning streak?
Right. I think we finally understand what it takes, to get to the playoff and to win a championship. The people that were here last year kind of had to give that vision to our freshmen this year, and I think we finally got to the point when we as a team understand what we need to do and what we need to have to win a championship again.
And as Kristen mentioned earlier, you guys had a really tough schedule. Do you think that helped you guys and kind of get better for NEC play, and if so, how did it help you?
I think overall it helped us. I think at the moment it kind of put us down in certain times when we were like, we're not winning. What do we need to do more? So we were kind of down on us. But I think overall, when now we're playing, our conference game, we understand that those games help us, to get better and to get stronger, to have more intensity and all that.
Speaking of conference games, I know we were talking earlier, and you talked about Bryant coming up and that always being like a hard on the schedule. So I know they have a lot of confidence in you guys. How do you feel about Bryant this weekend?
I cannot wait to play personally and on my team. We're kind of nervous, but it's always a good game. For some reason, we always play good when we play against them. They always play good when they play against us. So I think it will be an interesting game, but I think we'll come out with a win.
All right, so that's 3 for 3 then with the win opinion. So the team is really young this year. You have 1 redshirt senior and 2 juniors, including yourself. Mm-hmm. So, that takes some adjusting to, but how do you think that'll help you guys down the line, having a young team?
Right, as you said, we're just losing 1 player. So experience, I think it's probably the big factor, the big key right here. We're all going to be back pretty much. We're going to have, I believe, 3 to 4 freshmen, so that's not going to be a bigger class as this year, which was like 6 at the beginning. So experience the fact that we've been playing together for a year. It's probably going to help us a lot next year.
And I know they mentioned that you recently made the switch to point guard. How's that been going for you, and was that tough?
It was tough, but I like the fact that, the coaches trusted me in that role. We were kind of struggling with who's going to be the next point guard. And as long as I can help my team, that's fine. I'll do it,
Now, last game versus Mount St. Mary's, the team made 100% of the free throws. Is that something you've been practicing in practice a lot more, or was everyone just kind of in the zone that night? Or?
Oh, definitely we've been struggling with free throws throughout the whole season and early on. And some of our players that happens to be in the free throw line a lot, weren't making all the free throws that we're supposed to. So we definitely focus a lot in practice when it comes to free throws, yes.
So you've won the last 13 home games against NEC teams. So what do you think it is about playing at home that works so well for you?
I think what I try to, tell the young one, not the ones that were here last year, is that we need to protect our house. As long as we do that, as long as we win every single game home, conference game home, we know we have a better shot to make the playoff and to possibly get, the first seat so we can have the playoff at home.
So I know you guys have a very diverse team. What are the challenges and the benefits to having so many different countries represented and so many different cultures?
Ooh, some of benefits. Well, benefits when it comes to culture and different games. European games is definitely different than American. So when it comes to that, it's kind of a benefits because you learn each other and how the different ways how we play. But it's also hard, especially at the beginning of the season, because we don't know how to connect, and on the court early on. But I think overall, it helped us instead of going against us.
Okay, so last question here. You guys are definitely looking forward to playing Bryant. Is there anybody else in the schedule who, when you see it, kind of sticks out to you as far as conference play goes?
Yeah, definitely St. Francis, PA. That's actually, we lost. It was our second game, and we lost at their place, so I definitely cannot wait, to play them again and beat them this time.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, some things in life are worth waiting for, and the Primetime Plays of the Week is definitely one of those things. Stick around after the break. We'll be right back with that and more on Colonial Sports Center.
Of course. I am here with Romo. How are you doing today, Romo? Great. All right, so Romo, just a few questions. How do you think the game is going right now for the Colonials? All right, on top of that, like, what do you think about the play of Paul Jones and his defense just demolishing Morgan State right now? All right, well, you heard it here first. Romo with his insight to the game. Back to you guys.
Be sure to tune in to Colonial Sports Center every Thursday, 9:30 p.m. on RMUCentralMedia.com and Channel 98 around the Moon Township area.
Romo, have you downloaded the app?
Romo, have you seen this app?
Hey, have you seen the app yet? No? All right, put it down. I'll show you what you can do. All you have to do is install it, and it'll open up for you. My favorite part of it is the police blotter. Check this out. When you click into it, you're going to go right to the top left, and as soon as you click on it, everything will be there that you need, so you can stay safe.
Download the RMU Century Media app on the App Store. Romo likes it, and so will you.
And just like Leah said, she stole another one of my lines. Primetime plays of the week. It's a line-stealing episode of CSC. Number 5, Mackenzie Johnson, hashtag FTW, hashtag winner winner, chicken dinner. Well, they tied, but they ended up winning.
Hashtag you need to stop with the hashtags.
Hashtag Kristen steals lines.
No,
number
hashtag
4.
number 4 coming up. We got Edie to Colias to Fergus to Vint for the goal. What, nothing to say?
Number 3, nope. Caitlin Scott, I don't steal lines. Mackenzie Johnston, Ricky Mayer, touchdown, Colonials.
Number 2. You got Lindsey Kirkman there with the steal off the Colonials with a turnover right between the legs of Dodds. It goes 5-hole. There, left, right in between. So beautiful.
I was okay. This is beautiful though. Amanda Pantaleo, keep the puck. Game winner for your first career goal. The Colonials won that, and we won this edition of Primetime Plays of the week. So coming up this week, a big week. Let's focus on the weekends first. Men's hockey, they already flew to Colorado. They're facing Air Force tomorrow night at 7:05 and Saturday at 7. You have women's hockey taking on Mercyhurst. Huge clash, 2012 CHA Finals flashback on tomorrow.
Should be a good game.
Exactly, so that's tomorrow and Saturday. And hoops, women's and men's, they take on Bryan at 1 and 4 o'clock respectively. So moving on to the week. So next week.
Yeah, and then going to start off the week strong with Monday with women's basketball who take on Fairleigh Dickinson right after Bryan. We have to see how well they do at 10 o'clock in the morning, an early game. And then for Thursday, we have men's basketball at LIU Brooklyn at 7 p.m. And we will give you the latest updates next week on CSC.
This chair is really comfy, so it was a real fun episode. I wish we would have had Chris up here. Is he still here?
See, we have the chair here in memoriam of him. So
he's still alive, Kristen.
I know.
What are you trying to say? Anyway, coming up next week, we're going to recap the Bryan festivities on Saturday for you. I keep thinking it's Friday.
Should be a great game. Then you have Monday's game as well, as long as all the hockey you can ask for.
Well, hopefully Juno doesn't come, and we're not going to be like the weathermen from the Northeast. We're going to actually be accurate with our predictions, okay? And it was fun. Take great care. We are matching yellow. Anything to say left? You have 3 seconds. 3, 2. See you next week, guys.